Good evening, and welcome to a working internet for a change. Yes, I am wearing a Wookiee onesie. It was the first thing to hand, so it's on. Yes, so due to a whole load of things that have been going on, too many to list, in fact. Not been doing much hobby of recent weeks. Still doing some of the dystopian stuff. I did have a little play about. I'll get this out now. With if you can try and get it without flipping everything. Oh no, there it goes. Yep, it's going to fall. No, it's going to go. There it is. Right, so there was this little thing. Oh, it's over there. So I was testing out how the paint scheme for Legions Imperialis would work. Now, I got these little dead dudes. I was sent these a while back for basing Titans. Yes. A friend of mine also gave me some 3D tanks that I missed. Well, basically the screw-ups. He did on his 3D printer for the same purpose. So I thought I'd be testing the paint schemes on, or if the camera would like to focus, that would be quite nice. So Spartan, for example. As I said, this is purely for testing. These will not be used for when the game comes out, because I've already pre-ordered my stuff. And I just wanted to, because there were so many like community painters that had been given the Legions Imperialis, I felt left out. So, as I said, I just raided through my bits box and found all these little dead dudes and tested out how painting small hammer would be. And that's what came up. Obviously, I've been doing the Aeronautica aircraft for several months now, but on aircraft is one thing, you want to see it in tankiness, in tank form. So that's where it's at present. As I say, it's just a little bit of a contrast, just to see how it would come together, how I can make it look, and I'm pretty happy, with these little guys. I'm looking forward to the actual proper releases, because I want to get and start painting up proper soldiery and the tankiness for Legions. I think I'm covered on the aircraft now, although I did put in an order for a Thunderhawk. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to once it eventually drops in next week. Next week, Saturday. That's if it turns up. It may not turn up. It may turn up on the following week, but that's when the official release is the 2nd. But we will see. So yeah, so I've got these little guys here. As I said, just wanted to see what they'd be like. I'll keep hold of these because I will use these as basing material. That, as I said, it was just a token test, because somebody gave me some bits for, he wanted using them for, again, bases, but with resin it was a little bit too much hassle, so I just said just use that as a test. Alright, Ships of the Line. I've only just discovered that because with the newer sets of Dystopian Wars that have come out, which I've got some of the newer sprues with one of the last boxes that I actually got, that there are a couple of ships which I now have the instructions to build, which is always nice. So I might get onto some of that as well at some stage. Actually, for size issues as well, I found an old sprue of the old Epic. So these are original Epic, and this dude is sitting down, well, kneeling down. So even kneeling down, this thing is still a lot bigger than the old style original Epic Space Marine guys. So that's something. I'm just seeing with these other ones. So although he's like beep, 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 beep. Oh bugger. Yeah, so they're bigger, which is nice. So there's definitely more to do with them. Hey, hello Mellowshade. Still working on these guys. Although I was just saying, I bought myself a while back the Victory battle fleet, and it's got the new sprues in there, and I didn't realise that I could make another couple of ships. So I know, like with the Excalibur, you can do the little missile version, a rocket launcher version. Also the version with the rockets on here, and the ship that has the cryo bomb, like the little doodle bug things, which I'm actually quite interested in doing. So I might be making some of them as well. Well, I probably will do. I've got to suss out because I've got I'm attending the game that Engine Phil's running at Wayland Games for the 9th of December for Dystopian Wars. So I'm just trying to get some more ships, so I've got options for building a fleet. How's you? We've been doing really well with your Enlightened, from what I've seen recently, so well done there. Well, that's the thing. Like sometimes, it's when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. And like what I did with the Scions of Jutland, they literally just flew out. I've done the whole box in a week. So I know how you're probably feeling right now, because you have been doing great guns with that battle fleet. Just trying to get myself organised some more. At the moment, I've got a dongle just here, because just about there, just out of shot, for the internet. So that's how I'm coming to you, because our seem to be the old problems back again with the bandwidth not being too hot. So again, that's something for me to sort out yet again, because they are poop. I suppose you're participating in the Dystopian Wars thing? I have a schedule, so now I'm painting some Leviathan nids. Cool. Then square base skeletons. I'll be moving when Imperialis arrives, so I'll be a week behind the starting line. Well, it's just getting yourself in. It's a routine, which you obviously are doing, so that's going to help no end. Ah, where are you moving now? I know you've been there for about 5-6 years, haven't you? I need a bigger house now. I have one. Yeah, that space soon disappears, doesn't it? There's a thing with all our little collections of toys. It takes up so much room. We'll be converting my double garage into a YouTube studio, and we'll a table over there big enough for games. Cool. Is this an elevation to the Facebook group, the old conclave? Next step for the world domination. Oh, cool. Well, you do have quite an impressive collection of Transformers, so why the hell not? And it's your passion as well, so double down on that. Megatron! It's the only Transformers impression I will ever do, because Starscream was the nuts. I may do some old Middle Hammer content. I want to paint all the historical armies and terrain for Storm of Vengeance. Again, that is quite an impressive target to go for, so go for it. I say there's no one else doing that sort of thing. You're going to corner the market. Might as well. And obviously, once you're set up and all that, just always drop in here and put a tag out for where you are. I'm sure people would give you a subscribe and follow. So it hasn't helped where the internet has been so bad recently, because every night I thought, oh, I really want to get on, do some streaming, and not being able to has been quite detrimental to my overall mental health. And that's probably one of the reasons. Well, I said before, obviously with October as well, it's not a good month for me in general. So when I've needed to get online, I've not been able to. It's been quite isolating. So I'm just glad that we've got access tonight and do some painting. Oh. With era authentic armies, then play the campaign. Yes, nice. Doing it proper then. Not just turning up and causing chaos. It's like I do. The way of the Lily. Yeah, it's obviously there was a couple of Saturdays I weren't on in October because of Titan Walk and my friend Brian, Templars Crusader, his birthday party. Well, his birthday roleplay weekend that I attend. Normally wearing this for my character, who is a Wookiee, and so that was 2 Saturdays taken care of. But the rest was purely down to, well, there was probably one Wednesday where I just weren't in the right frame of mind for it. I just weren't there. And then there was the internet. So when I was trying to sort of buck myself out of the sort of downward spiral, so to speak, the internet gods wouldn't play ball. So that didn't help. Oh, I must have used one somewhere. Maybe. we've also been having internet issues. I'm hoping to upgrade our connection at the new place. I'm assuming you're sort of still in the same sort of area as your previous, because I know like they had all the city fibre installed up there. Because I know Phil gets like 1 terabyte. So if you're still that way, you should be fine. down in Benfleet, not so great. Where we are, which is annoying because like the road next to us has got proper fibre. You know, all their cabling's been changed over, but they stopped literally the road next to us. So a bit of annoyance. So all right, yeah. So yeah, city fibre is because I know where my kids live up near the hospital. They've got city fibre there as well, and it's like pretty decent. Still got to wait up to 2 more years. Because when we was trying to sort out the internet last time, I was looking around for somewhere to take our money and to provide us with a decent internet connection. And when I found out OpenReach was saying, "Yeah, congrats, don't worry, we'll be with you within now and 2026." Oh, joy. It's been all right since then, for the most part. You know, I think we've like only had a couple of instances where it's been a little bit skew with, but yeah, apart from that, it's been usable. But you need that, especially with streaming. You need to have a good upload, more so than download, for OBS to work properly and all that sort of jazz. BF is into online gaming now. We have a gaming room planned for our PCs and consoles, so I need that bandwidth. You most certainly do. It's better to have it than not. Ah, there it is. Ouch. I say ouch, I was sharpening a knife yesterday and I gingerly ran my thumb along the edge and cut myself, surprisingly. It was a idiotic thing to do, but I did it. What are you going to do, eh? Started thinking about my Xmas plans. Well, they're generally going to be the same as every year, where like Christmas morning I go up to the kids open presents and do all that, and then I drop them off to their nanas, and then come back when I start to help out with Christmas dinner here, and you know, do what I have to do, and I normally get to open my presents normally around about 5:30, 6. So not that there'll be many presents this year, because obviously bills and all that have gone up quite a lot. So yeah, so I don't like, my kids are all sorted for presents. Sam's sorted for hers, and yeah, I've now just got to sort out bits for my nephews and nieces and that. So, of which there are several. When you got 4 siblings, they breed. They all breed. They're all good kids as well. It's terrible. They're all good kids. They're all individual. All of them. Bless them. Very Gottschalk Gurnason. Delayed gratification is good. Yeah, it's, you know, I know generally what I'm getting. So, you know, normally I would ask for, I'm just happy just getting, like, you know, if I got some like Games Workshop vouchers, so I can get some more stuff for Legions, because at least that way I can dedicate and allocate to where I want. And I don't get the, you know, like when somebody buys you something, you go, thanks. Which, funnily enough, when Daz was still working for Games Workshop in Southend in the old store, I was in there, and I think you turned up later on. He was serving, and this woman came in, and so I thought, I'll help out. I was like, you're right, she need help, and she went, yeah, I'm looking for a thing for my son-in-law, and he's got a list of 3 things, like, and I'm to choose one of them, sort of thing. So I went, okay, well, show me what the list is. And basically the first one was trees, like scenic trees in a little box. The next one was a box of Blood Angel Terminators. And then the third one was a Land Raider. So I went, all right, okay. I said, well, basically, what you've got you've got trees. It'll be okay with trees. I'm being honest with you. If you was going to buy him a Christmas present, he's probably hoping for the other 2, one of the other 2. You know, the middle one, he would be really, really happy with that. The other one, he'll be ecstatic about getting that sort of thing. So that's what he's breaking down, like, you know, that's how it is. And so she bought them trees. So it's like, yeah, okay, you're not really too keen on your your son-in-law. And that was when like Terminator was like £25 a box or something. So yeah, it doesn't seem a lot now, but then I suppose it was. Obviously, she doesn't like her son-in-law. I was like, even like when I was married, like my mother-in-law would, you know, get us something nice, sort of thing. So, and it was nice, sort of thing. So that's where I was coming from at the time. I have lists. My mum doesn't use the internet, so I buy myself what I want with her card while she watches. Yeah, no, again, I'd rather do that, like, or give somebody, you know, the money or a voucher for something that they like. Like my lad Thomas, he'd be happy getting like Steam vouchers because he does a lot of like train simulators. So he will play on them, and then like you can download trains or routes, and then he'll go on to and drive the train to those various stations along said route or that particular train. So he would be more than happy with that. But you know, I know that some people are like, yeah, but it's not much, is it? Yeah, but it's what he wants. It's what he would like. So you just go, oh, you know, I'm not fast. Like as a kid, most of my presents I got, yes, they were cool, but the real cool presents I got, my brothers used to play with, and I either break them accidentally, sort of thing, or there was two Christmases in particular. One, I got this like remote control lorry, like Arctic type lorry, which had like the remote control was the fact that it had a wire and you just walk around behind it, but it was cool. My older brother Ian, whose birthday it is today, happy birthday Ian, was playing with it, and he's like 8 years older than me, and he's playing with it, and it basically died. Something happened. I don't know what happened. I was too young to understand. It just didn't work anymore. So he gave it up, and I had a truck. But the other one was I got this. It was a Buck Rogers spaceship, right? But you had these like the wings at the back were two handles that were meant to be wings, or some description, and in the back of the ship there was a little screen. And you looked at the screen, and there was a little sort of like, not a camera, but it was like a periscope. So you're looking through that, and when you pulled the triggers, two little like laser things went to the target on this screen. So what you were doing was looking around, aiming the little target reticule that you're looking at something, pushing the buttons, and then boo, 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 like that. And it was like, yay! And you could put Buck Rogers' character into the ship, sort of thing, to pilot it. And my brothers were playing with that, and I was like, "Oh, I want to play with my toy," sort of thing. And they finally give it to us. And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got my toy," sort of thing. And then they took it, it was taken off me because it was battery operated and it interfered with the TV, and they wanted to watch, you know, whatever was on TV. I think it was like Top of the Pops or something that was on TV. It was like during the day Christmas special or whatever like that. And so like this toy that I'd unwrapped and I never actually got to play with on Christmas Day. Oh dear. Christopher has a year and a half worth of Lego waiting to open, so he's fine. Yeah, no, I know that there's a lot of Lego in the house for Sam. So I know that one of those train simulators are the most expensive game on Steam, several thousands if you buy all the content. Well, that's the thing. There's so much stuff out there, and like where he gets like, you know, pocket money, or he gets like, you know, given money for help, like doing little jobs and stuff from his like uncles and that. So he just puts it to one side. He doesn't buy anything, you know. He doesn't go out, but he'll just basically just like every now and again, can I come to me and says, can I get this DLC and give me the money, and then I'll just put it through because it's my Steam account. I've not really played any games on my Steam account. I've got a Steam account which I've had for about 10 years, and I've never really played anything on it because he took it, and he's got all these train simulators on there and City Skylines. Oh dear. I have 4 Transformers that have a laser gimmick. Yeah, I say it was like, you know, this is early 80s. So when Buck Rogers was like a big thing, but it was just like one of, you know, tie-in spaceships. It never appeared in the show, this thing, but it was just, you know, it was just cool. Buck Rogers toy, and you just like line it up like the dog, pew pew pew. Oh, the dog's burst into flames. But yeah, and I never got to play with it at Christmas. The other one got broken, so I never got to play with that either. apart from just like making noises and pushing it. You just cut the wire off. There's no point. It doesn't work. Oh dear. Brothers, eh? Probably being a young one as well. They're like both 8 and 9 years older than me. So, but then I am 9 years older than my little brother, and 12 years older than my sister. So I'm right. It's weird. You know, like you said, it's like the first child does this, second child's like this, third child sort of thing. Well, I'm third child from the first batch, but technically I'm the middle child out the lot. Didn't do it until the early 90s. Oh. Yeah, well, I'm older than you. Right, I'm just, heating gun. Just going to grab the drink, which is just outside, in my wondrous onesie. At least with the radiator on, my hair will dry because I just had a shower before coming on. I'll make sure I'm clean and fresh for show. I used to love Buck Rogers though. Buck Rogers and Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, they were great. Wondrous shows. The sort out my paints again at some point, and paint some turrets. Just to make sure I've got plenty of turrets once I get them magnetised. My dad was an only child, but my mum was 9. I mean, bloody hell. That's impressive. That's that is pretty good going. Let's paint these on the sprue because it'll just be easier. I did see the Armoured Clash announcement. Yes, I did. I shared it on whatever it's called now, Twitter. I was looking around last night trying to find a post. I should have just gone onto the War Cradle thing to share it, but the ad, the little play with the mustard, that was quality. But I think like with the last sort of Orbat in particular, because we had Speed Demon Paints, Cohen. He comes on. He has come on here a couple of times, but I was watching his review breakdown of Orbat stuff for I think it was the Union. I've watched the Alliance one because I do have a vested interest in the Alliance because that was my sort of secondary fleet. And he was like always going on about, so you know, with these bits here, and it's the way it's worded, sort of implies like, you know, island hopping, landing ships, and all that sort of thing. So he was like getting quite excited about that, and obviously everyone else would get excited about that because it's new stuff. And what's not to love about Little Wars? Rocket batteries. So yeah, that's something else to be looking good for. I'm doing these as well because I was going to be. I did want to start the Karoon battle fleet because I wanted to get that because it's quite a big carrier. It's probably as long as the Gloriana Dreadnought, but yeah, I was just in a bit of a rush tonight, obviously, as I always am, to get online. So I thought I can't dig that out at the moment. I just grabbed what was ready to go, which was this lot again, to finish these bits. But yeah, I'm interested with the Levant advanced like frigates or cruisers or whatever they are, the little skimmer ones for the Alliance. Although I am more Latin centric with the Italians. I do like the Minerva. I really like the Minerva. It's a great kit and it's a great looking ship. Yeah, I've got to just especially have the time where for the last couple of months where I just haven't had time to do anything, because I have sort of lost one of my days because where my lad's not at college and he needs to be looked after, so I lose my Thursdays now. So whereas before I had Tuesday and Thursday for hobbying during the day after dropping off to college and stuff, I haven't now, so I can't really take stuff round to theirs and hobby. It'd be a bit rude. You know, do things with him. So go for long walks and stuff down the seafront. Have a wait before the Enlightened appear, but when they do, I'll hop in. Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, just gotta be patient. Really, I saw today about the announcement that Space Marine 2 has been put back to like next year. So it does make you wonder, because it was, you know, I think it was due out this year, wasn't it? It was due out like a month or two ago, right, from the initial stuff when it was announced. But would have been cool. I don't get to play my Xbox that often at present. So Starfields, which I was playing, is not really being played with. And I was just said the whole point of having the new Xbox was for Starfield and what do you call it? Space Marine 2. But now that's been put back. I wonder. Better to delay and get it right and not force employees to crush. Yeah, Dark Tide. I've heard they've managed to sort of improve it or something. I'm not quite sure because I never played it. I know Phil plays it semi-regularly. With a few other people from the Titans Owners Club. I don't really get, again, the lack of hobby time, because that would eat into my hobby time. So, like I say, especially with Legions on its way in. I remember I was watching Electric Eve. She was streaming her and a few friends playing it on a private server, and yeah, I remember them saying about, like, you know, waiting to queues to find all the lobbies and all that sort of stuff, and having to reset and reset and reset to try and get into the same lobbies. Yeah, so that's the thing. You always used to be like, you get a game, you didn't have problems. Well, not that you notice anyway, but obviously as a race we've evolved. So they delayed the Xbox version, which only just came out. It's a bit basic compared to Vermintide, but now the issues are dealt with. They are releasing new content. Well, that's good. And I say, once they've sorted out the issues, then they can just like start transferring it all over and getting it out. As you say, you've got to do it right. But it's always seemed like, you know, in a lot of cases, a lot of, like, especially GW type games, I've always had that problem where they haven't really invested in it. I always, like, no word of a lie, I always remember seeing like this progress update for Space Marine, the first one, and they had this like little thing that was like in game thing where you see them fighting this like Chaos Marine, and it was like you're going in to do like an attack, and basically you just have the guy in front of you, and you just see your arm like that. He's like blocking, sort of thing like that. It was just really, really. It took you out of the game, if you know what I mean. It was a bit like whack-a-mole. It's like you're just trying to hit him. It's like no. So I'm kind of glad they got rid of that. But it was just, again, that was a you know, that should have had more to it. I know they've done some like DLCs for like outfits and stuff, and they had different game types added, but it needed more, like even like game packages. But it might have been a little bit before all that sort of stuff, really, I suppose, in a way. Way before DLCs became a really major business. Well, no, there was DLCs, but you know, they didn't really put a lot of sort of time and effort into DLCs. Let's turn this up a little bit. Increase the brightness. Illuminate them. Oh, you have Road Trader pre-ordered. Well, nice. It's like with I was round at Brian's. We was talking about like TV stuff with Warhammer, and he was like going like from a TV perspective, they should go with like Imperial Guard or Inquisitor type character. Do a show around them and have Space Marines just thrown in every now and again as like you know the breaking the crack or being the hero moment sort of thing. Not try and focus on Space Marines. If you want a TV series to be successful, that would be a bit hard going, really. Because if you think about it, like like with Halo TV series, that hasn't really gone that well. So, and that was a massive property. Quite massive indeed. Yeah, just Gaunt's Ghosts, yeah, basically. Which, that's got its own contained universe, hasn't it, really? Gaunt's Ghosts. Because you got to think of what's going to be good TV. You know, it's that emotional connection with those individual characters, like you do with Gaunt's Ghosts. So, yeah, you know, you've got a back catalogue of stories to work with. You have little spin-offs, so like Titanicus. And it's not as if Dan Abnett doesn't know anything about TV and all that sort of jazz. So he'd be on hand. And although set in a 40k universe, it is mostly sort of, you know, you're not going to have too much that's going to draw away from things, and like have it like a Cthulhu-esque type thing. So like again, like with an Inquisitor, like Eisenhorn type stuff as well. And Eisenhorn, yeah, you know, Eisenhorn, you can just get away with a small group of diverse heroes doing their thing. What the fuck? Oh, you must have missed the start. Pardon me. So I was testing out, because I've done the Aeronautica Imperialis stuff. This was a 3D print that a friend gave me to use as basic material for Titans. So I wanted to see how the scheme translated, and these are some of the dead dudes that someone else sent me for basic material. So I thought I'd just give them a go. And so Imperial Fists for Loyalists, and I was sticking with the Emperor's Children for Traitors, as and when I get to do traitors. Because it will be the fists first. Yeah, so it seems right, really. It's only really been on my Gore Crows engines that I was working on. They're the only ones that have like the 3D print bodies on. Like previously on my Legio Solaria Titans, a couple of them I did put some of these dudes down. But in comparison, I think I was just doing this when you turned up, wasn't I? So that's a Space Marine kneeling down. So definitely a lot bulkier in comparison. And again, I've seen like the images that where you see like the injection molds for these new ones, and they're not 3D printed, but they're injection molded. You're always going to have those sort of like chunky bits and stuff, especially on that scale. Could they have done better? I don't know. I don't make models. But unless GW changes their entire practice to start doing mass 3D prints of their stuff, I don't see that happening. So you still word bearers? Yeah. And that's the thing, is like lots of people, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do this. I think, oh, of course you can do that. You know, you spent out several £100 on like a good printer, and it takes you how long to build like 10 Marines or one tank or whatever. Then multiply that by how many a company like GW would have to print to meet demand. It's not financially viable as yet. And at that scale, you lose so much detail compared to 28mm anyway. And who's really looking? Yeah, Mortis still too. Not sure about Traitor Guard. Oh, for the Solar Auxilia. Should be swapping my Solar Auxilia with a friend for his Astartes, because he's going full on Solar Aux. So if I get some more Marine tanks and stuff. I was actually watching Battle Report that a friend did, Battle Bunnies. So it was quite interesting to see how it's all played out. Right, I need a back break. Oh, no worries, buddy. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. And like you, I'm excited for Legions for when it comes out at some stage. You go sort your back out. Bye bye. Hello, mate. Get these little things sorted out. Sip of a drink. And more turret fun. Oh yeah. Well, I think that'll probably be it for tonight. So, thank you for anyone who's come in to hang out for a little while. It's been quite pleasant, been most enjoyable. Good chat with Nightshade. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back on Saturday for another Saturday Night Reaver. We'll see how it goes from there. So until then, thank you very much for dropping by, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you at the weekend. So until then, peace out, people.